Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Three Hammers. Oh, I don't know, a sombre feeling this morning, you know, devastated with how it's ended and how we've gone out, you know, and I have seen the words like on a whimper, and I've got to agree it was, you know, really, you know, lacklustre over the two legs. I'm not going to talk too much about the game, you know, it's more about what we've got to do going forward and what we've done wrong and how the season is in general, and what we've got to do now between now and the end of the season, and you know, a big summer ahead. In terms of the game, you know, you've seen my previews, and I think it's quite universal with all the channels that, you know, we all sort of felt nervous and didn't feel like we've got enough, and we've looked tired recently, and I know, you know, people have been laughing at that excuse, tired. I see Jamie O'Hara on TalkSport saying it. The squad's thin, we haven't got enough, and it showed, you know. I see David Moyes' interview saying, you know, that we lost that game, or lost the tie within the first couple of minutes of the game, and I think that you can half sort of agree with that in terms of psychological, you know, with an atmosphere so electric at London Stadium, and for it to be flattened within a couple of minutes. Yeah, we did equalise, you know, at home and got ourselves back in it, but you know, a 2-1, it was always going to be a tough challenge to try and do that. As the game did approach though, you know, with an hour to go, half hour to go, I started getting a bit more excited, thinking you never know. Then the lineups come out and I thought, it's just all the same. You know, people can argue, oh, that's the strongest lineup, but again, there's nothing surprise element about it. There's no, you know, no guessing for Frankfurt. That's probably exactly what they plan to play against. And sometimes you have got to throw some curveballs in there, and I don't think, you know, if anything that Moyes has got to improve as a manager is throwing some curveballs in there to throw managers off. He started fairly okay, you know, they looked a bit nervous, so did we. Atmosphere looked incredible in there. And then Cresswell, you know, done it again, didn't he? You know, exactly the same as what he did against Lyon. Just listen, he's been targeted now. They know sort of where he's going to be all the time, don't they? And the fact that you know, it's happened again, it's just not good. It's just not good. It was always going to be a red card. I thought we was lucky with a yellow at first. I was thinking, oh, that's okay, you know, survived the free kick, the yellow card, not too bad. Still in the game. They've still got 11 men on the pitch, but check VAR. We all know that now. You know, as soon as the VAR is checked, the decision's always going to get overturned. It's terrible decision from Cresswell. You know, and sort of, again, I'm not going to slate the guy's season off. I think, you know, his deliveries from set pieces has been immense over the last 2 years. But the man, he can't defend. He can't, and he gets, you know, teams do target him in the Premier League, and I think, you know, the Europa League has sort of even exposed that a bit further. A left back was a position we needed. We still need. That's definitely one of the key positions we're going to need in the summer. And yes, obviously Johnson come on, and then, you know, 10 men. It's always going to be an uphill struggle, and then a few minutes later, obviously their goal did come. Really good goal, good movement. Obviously the guy nutmegged Zuma, and it was a really good finish. You know, a 2-1 down, a 3-1 in the tie. It's not going to happen. It really ain't, not with 10 men. And we've got no, you know, on the bench, there's no fear factor on the bench. Yeah, Ben Rama's capable every now and then, but there's no, like, you know, when Wolves used to bring on Traore against us, it's like, oh, don't fancy that. Don't fancy him coming on. You know, pace merchants and real fear factor players on a bench, and that's what goes down to squad depth. That's, you know, inevitably, you know, sort of killed us, and in the league as well recently. You know, our form's really dropped off in the league, and dropped off just in general at the wrong time. Fitness and player form has really killed us. So yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. We did have a few chances. You know, Zuma had one sort of cleared off the line, and Souček had a late header, and Antonio put a few good crosses in, but it wasn't to be. Yeah, devastated. Really am devastated about that result. You know, just, you know, what, my 37, and the journey still carries on, waiting for that elusive trophy. I think I've resigned myself that I don't think we're ever going to win anything in my lifetime. I just think we're always going to be, you know, nearly there or close every time, and just not quite get over the line. I don't know, that might be just me thinking the way I'm thinking this morning. Obviously, David Moyes got sent off as well, and that's sort of the last point of the game. So, you know, heads went, and I think he felt the pressure, really. He did feel the pressure. I think he, you know, him like us, you know, and the players know that, you know, if we won that competition, it takes us to that elite level, and that's what I was saying yesterday, when you know, you either go one way or the other, and the crossroads we went the other. You know, we've you know, our fate has been decided that, you know, we're not going to get Champions League yet, which is, you know, a huge shame for us. Going forward, you know, big summer, huge summer, and we must get that one more win to get that Europa League conference place. I don't think we'll get Europa League. I think that's just beyond us now. I can't see Man United losing 2 games, and we definitely ain't going to win all 3. So we've got to pick ourselves up for that Norwich game on Sunday and make sure we get the 3 points, and you know, at least secure European football again for next season, which, you know, in hindsight, it's still a fantastic season. If you would have said to me beginning of the season, I'm sure you would have said it to any West Ham fan, Luke, you're going to get semi-final Europa League, be well in the tie into the second leg, and you're going to finish in the top 7 and, you know, give yourself European football again next year. You'd have bit your hand off, and I would have. You know, it's only that your targets change as the season goes on. You know, at points in the season we were sitting 4th for a long time and sitting in that 5th, 6th position, and it's only really the last few months since January that it's dropped off. There has been some mistakes this season. There has, you know, the transfer window. We should have bought 100%. We should have bought, and I think we even left ourselves a little bit short at the start of the season. To be honest with you, there's a few positions that could have been filled, and certain players not fully worked out, like your Vlasic, and, you know, players have gone right off form, like Antonio, Ben Rama, etc. That's a huge summer. It's a huge summer ahead of the club. Some of them players may have played their last game in the next few weeks for the club. I really hope that Areola hasn't. I'm a huge fan of him, but it does sound like it's going to be Sam Johnson or someone like that comes in, which I think is really silly. I know he's on big wages, Areola, but, you know, that guy is potentially our first choice goalie for years if we were to sign him. But yeah, has he played his last game now? Let me know what you think on that, guys. A few others. You probably won't see Masuaku again. I don't think we may see Yarmolenko a couple of times off the bench in the next 3 games, but, you know, a few of these will be out the door. Obviously, Marky Noble's got his last game in the next couple of weeks. He's got to be replaced. Crowell's got to be replaced. God knows whether Big Dex will stay or go. I think we get another year out of him. He was talking quite positively yesterday. I know people jump on little, you know, every sentence that he says, and one of the sentences was, you know, I want more of this, you know, I want this all the time. But then, you know, in the same respect, he was saying, you know, we West Ham, this is what we deserve. So, you know, when the Chelsea fans try and break it down, and the Man United fans try to break it down, that he's desperate to leave. You know, I think you have to take it in both ways. I think he loves the club, he loves West Ham. Yes, listen, given the opportunity, would he leave? He probably would, because he's a bloody good player. Do you know what I mean? Like, he is a good player, and you know, he should be playing Champions League and all that. And, you know, and there's no doubt that, you know, the board have slightly let him down. Yeah, the board have delivered. We've got European football as they promised. You know, it took them a long time, but we got it. But we've got to want to be there all the time. You know, we've got to consistently want to challenge there and stay there. What is the point of being a team? What's the point of, you know, what is the point of being there if you're not going to want to consistently want to try to stay there? And that's not me saying qualify there. It's trying and staying competitive, and that's the key to what we've got to do in the summer. You know, we haven't got long left of these Golden Sullivan anyway. You know, they go probably May next year, this time next year, 2023, and they can go. Kretinsky's got a big summer on his hands. He really has. You know, we didn't sign anyone in January, but he's got to put his money in his pocket. We've got to, like I say, get a striker in, get a left back in, replace some midfielders, and go again, because if we sit still this summer, it could kill us. It really could.
because you've got Newcastle who are going to be spending huge money. They're going to be up there for that 6th, 7th place next season. I reckon Villa will bounce back even as well, be spending some money. And there's a few clubs, you know, that are just floating around that are going to give us a test. Leicester will probably bounce back. Wolves could bounce back as well. So it just becomes harder and harder if you don't, you know, keep going forward. There's a few ageing players in there as well. Like say Antonio, he desperately needs someone with him, or you know, someone to take his place. He's just not good enough as a striker. Yeah, he works hard, he runs about a bit, but it's not good enough. Right, I want to end on a positive. It has been a fantastic season, and listen, this club has given me some amazing memories this year. I really have. You know, going to the Lyon game, watching us beat Seville. You know, things I could only dream of. You know, I always said for years, you know, I'd be happy with West Ham just to qualify. Since the group stage for Europa League was invented about 15 years ago, I always said I'd just like to get to group stage so you guarantee 6 games. Then we surpassed any expectation by getting out of the group with such amazing, you know, play and passion and fight. Let's just hope there's some more memories. You know, Europa Conference League is not as prestigious, but we still get some great nights, and this competition again you can go and win if you really give it a go. And you know, when you get Europa League again, we'll be competing hopefully on 2 fronts for a Europa spot again, but they've got to beef that squad up, massively beef it up. One last thing I want to say as well, I do think it's absolutely hilarious, the opposition fans, and I'm talking big clubs, Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal's, and obviously the Tottenham, you know, coming out saying, oh, West Ham flop, West Ham back to normal, West Ham clearly are so massive in sarcasm. I think it's hilarious that you know, that we've lived rent-free in their heads. They were genuinely fearing West Ham getting into that Champions League, and it just shows how, you know, tetchy and touchy they can be when a club like us nearly come and spoil the party. The key word is nearly, I know that, and there'll probably be some trolls on this video that dig me out there, but we were close, we're close. Whether we do it again in a long time, who knows? I hope so. I hope there's still some great memories to be made. But yeah, 3 games left. Secure that Europa League conference place, you know, 1 win, and hopefully that will be against Norwich at the weekend. We've got to pick ourselves up very quickly and get that win. Anyway guys, let me know what you think about the game, how you all feeling. Until next time, come on you irons, keep believing, let's go.